Hello, chat. How we doing? We doing good today? I'm feeling good today. Had a long day out, and I just got back in about half hour ago. Chilled for a little bit before I decided to set up stream in the last 3 minutes before stream started. But for once, I was actually on time with setting up. Setup was quick. What's up, Plum Fire? How you doing? We are quite literally going to fish for an hour. I need you to understand that. Like, all viewers be warned, I am not doing anything but fishing. Mostly because, like, I feel like this game requires you to have some money to get your stuff together. So what if I just fish to grind money, so that way I can have all the things I need in the shop, so I'm the GOAT when I actually play it again. And I was gonna fish all stream, I'm not gonna lie, but I was like, but fishing's funny, and I kind of just Zatsu while I do it. So I pray you understand that fishing is like it's a way of life, it's an experience. People talk about it. So get ready to go fishing. I also really don't watch any other people's HoloCure streams, so I don't know if people actually stream this stuff, or if they just stream this while playing the game. But I know there's the whole like house management stuff in the background that you can do. So that's what we're gonna do. So without further ado, fishing. Let's get into it. Wait, no. Hollow house. We will be Swayze when we fish. Oh, it's so chill, the music here. Okay, let's get going. We will get a really high combo today, that's the goal. Let's see what we can do. So today, chat, I kind of didn't do too much. I cleaned my room a bit. Like, I woke up at like noon, to be fair. I cleaned my room a bit. And the downside was that, like, I was all preparing, because today was like supposed to be the health and safety inspections for my dorm rooms on my floor. So I spent all day waiting for them to come by to do the inspections for my room. And literally, I was like, I cleaned up, I was all ready to go. I'm like, okay, this room is looking spick and span. Looking like no one's ever lived here. I thought I was the GOAT for a little bit, like, with how clean my room was. And then no one ever came. They never showed up. I put in all this effort to clean. I think it was like they were tricking me into just cleaning my room. I don't get that, because, like, let me be dirty and evil. Because, like, honestly, my room was getting really dirty. Like, I was trying to get rid of the recycling in my room, and it took me 3 trips back and forth to, like, the recycling disposal, because it's at the end of the hallway. Like, I took 3 different trips with how much recycling I had. And it was mostly cans of Monster and water bottles. But it was kind of funny looking through it as I was picking stuff up, like, what other things can I find? Like, what else do we have in the little evil villain cave that is my room? So that was like a cool journey I went on. I was really appreciative of like some of the stuff I found. I kept a single can of Monster in my room for a reason. I have only ever gotten like 2 gifts on Throne, and one of them is a can of Monster, Pipeline Punch flavored, but the can's a little weird looking because it was from some Japanese company that I got it from off Throne. So, like, it's kind of a cool looking can, and it's also my first ever Throne gift. So I was like, you know what, let me save it. Let me hold sentimental value to this can. So it now sits on my desk in the corner at all times. I'm slowly, like, accruing VTuber related things that are kind of like sitting around me. And I don't know what to do about it when it gets to be too much. Like, what do I do when I start, like, getting merch of, like, other people I watch and stuff? Like, I don't want to have my room just be covered in VTuber stuff. Or, like, VTuber-related things. But at the same time, it would be kind of cool. Like, if I ever drop merch, which I don't know if I will, because I don't have that kind of money to produce merchandise. I don't even know what I would make. Like, My first thought is making a pen, cause that's kind of funny. Like, just sell my pen. But is that even, like... I'd have to write, like, Asa Mitsuki on the side of it or something, like branding. I'll sign it. And then, like, that would be cool, actually. But at the same time, how do you even do that? Like, how do I produce pens? I think that's the merch I would want to have, though. I'd also feel bad, though, when it runs out of ink and people just throw them out. But, like, just don't throw them out, I guess. But also, pens are such an easily losable thing, so I'd hope people wouldn't use them, almost. So they wouldn't lose them, or, like, run out of ink so they have to get thrown out. Like, I guess you can just keep it after it runs out. I feel like... I don't think no, that's not true, because I used to have pens that... Like, I have a favorite pen brand, so, and I try to, like, save those. I make sure I don't lose them when I get them. So, and they really had poor ink storage, or whatever the word is. So, I feel like I've been able to run through them. Which is, one second, I will look at what you just said in a second, GPS. I think people would just keep the pen without using them. That would be the idea, I guess. But I don't know, I feel like then I'm just selling a useless product, and I feel bad about that. It's like, I guess you're buying it because it's like, oh, it's me branded. But does anyone actually want something that's me branded? With zero functionality whatsoever? Of fancy fountain pens? That's sick, actually. That's like a cool thing to have. I think pens are awesome. Like, I get it. Yo, eel. Look at that guy. Chad, do you guys like fishing in real life? Because I think, I've talked about this on stream before, that I've never gone, like, fishing in, like, a river or a lake or anything. But I go fishing out on, like, the shore of, like, the ocean and stuff, or in, like, or out on a boat in the ocean. And that's sick. Like, that's the life. Like, the wind's blowing, you're chilling. Getting a tan while you're at it. I kind of want to go fishing. Oh shit, I almost dropped my combo. I'm gonna drop my combo, what the fuck. But I don't have a fishing license. So I only would be able to go on like charter stuff. But I kind of want to just like buy a fishing license and buy a fishing rod. And just go fishing. I swim and I drink. I don't fish, though. I see. I think, like, there's a lake nearby me that you can fish there with a fishing license, but it's also only catch and release. And I don't even know if I don't know why. Like, I get that. Like, I want it. Like, I wouldn't even keep the fish if I caught them, but the knowledge that I can't if I wanted to makes me sad. Like, I don't think I would ever keep a fish I caught. Especially, like, where I am. Like, I'm not in a position to, like, fillet a fish and actually cook it to use. And even then, it's like, I kind of want the ability to do so. I think that's... Like, I always see people doing, like, catch and release fishing. And I'm like, some of these things you should keep. Like, that's a big-ass fish. Like, that's your guy now. Like, that guy can pay rent in the bottom of the sea. Like, you're taking him and he's your guy. You've wrestled him from the depths. You can lay claim to him. How did we think up fishing rods? Like, I want to know, like, can I Google that? Who invented fishing? I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like fishing cannot be something that was just stumbled upon. Like, I'm sure, like, way back there were people just, like, reaching into... Like, I bet it originated with people just, like, trying to catch things with their hands or, like, spears and stuff. But at what point did we think, oh, let's put a sharp thing at the end of this line, and then put the line out in the water. Spear with string. Hello, Vading. How you doing? We're talking about fishing. Spear with string. But that's like spear fishing as in like... As in like, you have a rope at the end of the spear that you're gonna like drag back. This is like... This is now the opposite. Like, you have the rod and you're throwing the line. You're not... Like, look, because you were throwing the... You have the rod in your hand, you're throwing the line. That was, you had the... You were throwing the rod, the stick, and you had the line in your hand. Like, at some point it switched around and, like, this became the thing people do. I want to go fishing, man. Fishing's so fun. Very common as a weapon in hunting for food. I guess, but I feel like... No, I get that. That's probably how fishing originated. How did fishing with a rod start? Like, where did this come from? Like, that's what doesn't make sense to me. Because, look... Like, at what point did we decide, okay, let's put a little sharp thing at the end of the rod, and we'll just leave it out there until something bites it? Like, that can't have just been, like, a thought someone had. I believe the specific history is that they originally fished with spears and learned to use small forms of bait to attract fish to us, but saw that would run into disturbances. So that's why we started putting it on the little thing, so they would be forced to bite it. That makes sense, I guess. That whoever came up with that, smart guy. I trust them now. Oh, shit. Wait, why was I fighting for my life on that? Also, how am I catching like 10 tuna at a time? Like, how are all 10 of them biting this thing? Minimizing the disturbance by attaching the blade to a string, putting the bait on the blade itself. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I'm catching 7 tuna at a time. Is that not crazy? Nine salmon. Oh no, my combo! I don't know the specific fishing lore, but believe that's the process that happened. The Hollow girls have a net attached to their fishing rod. I see. Let's go over here. Let's talk to Fish Guy. And let's see what we've got. The next one costs 15,000 sand. So let's sell our fish. Okay, so we have well over 15,000 sand. So let's now go for a quick exchange. No, sorry, a buy. And we'll buy the blacksmith fishing rod. And then we'll buy the Atlantean rod, and then we'll save up for the... So fishing with nets was just like a thing people were up to for a while. Like, that's just the thing people were thinking about. They were like, let's make nets. Like, if it's me, like, I'm not even thinking that a net is a thing I could pull off. Like, maybe I'm dumb, but I don't think I could have come up with nets. If, like, no one ever told me nets were a thing that existed, I don't think a net was something in my mind. Like, people were crazy back then. Like, when people were just inventing things for the first time ever, how did it, like, cross your mind? It's like, oh, I bet I could make, like, this rock sharp. And then catch fish with it. Like, back then, I'd be like, yo, I'm just gonna eat dirt. Like, honestly, like, I'm giving up. Even though, at that same time, I say all this, but I'm still in that group of people who fully believe that they could, like, survive out in the wilderness on their own. Like, put me in the woods and I'll make a house. Like, I'll build a home in, like, minutes. Like, I'll take a tree, and it'll be like Minecraft. I'll chop down a tree, and all of a sudden there's just 2x4s in my hand. And I'm building a house. The idea behind nets. We probably had them already, and someone looks in the... Did actually live off of tree bark. They were just eating tree bark? That's crazy. Would fish in HoloCure for hours on end. Oh shit, oh shit. I wasn't paying attention. Isekai wannabe. No, it's not an isekai. If I was just alive, like, back then, you catch me just, like, doing shit, like, trust me, like, it would be like Minecraft. I'd break down a tree with my bare fists, because I'm just like that. And all of a sudden, like, I take the tree itself, and all of a sudden, I've got 2x4s, and I'm nailing them together. Decent nutrients just taste like ass? Really? I can't imagine eating tree bark. That's just wood. So, is there no way to make tree bark taste good now? Because no one's eating tree bark anymore. Said the Asa Mitsuki. Hello, world class. You would be the one who invented fishing. Also, hi Asa, how's your night going? Hi Rain. It's going pretty well. We're fishing. And we're talking about early human survival. I think I can pull it off. I like your model. Hello, Alcor. How are you doing? Thank you. My model is very cool. I like it too. Nobody wants to eat tree bark. But I feel like there's a lot of things that people don't want to eat, but they learn to make it taste good. Like, I'm sure no one wanted to eat raw meat back in the day, but, like, they made it taste good at some point. Like, no one was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this dirt on the ground, or whatever they're finding. Like, food tasting good is, like, a long journey. I think I've seen someone make ice cream. I've seen videos of that, of, like, people making, like... But they're not making ice cream out of tree bark. What they're doing is they're infusing the flavor of the wood into the ice cream. So, like, they're just literally putting, like, cubes of wood into cream, so the flavors leave the wood. Like... I always see those, like, oh, he's making ice cream out of wood. He's not making it out of wood. He's just adding the flavor to it. He just has cream. Even though every time I see those videos, I'm like, I bet that pine wood ice cream is delicious. Even though, what does pine taste like? Because I can imagine what pine smells like, but I don't think I've ever eaten something pine flavored. But I know some people, like, cook with, like, pine needles and stuff. The man's videos are very funny. Watch some of the work with wood is very entertaining. I used to take, like, pine's a good flavor / smell. Mix it with sap, yeah. A while back, I used to take, like, sculpture classes, right? And you'd think that it was, like, a sculpture class would imply that it was, like, working with clay and stuff. And while, yes, we did work with clay from time to time, you worked with just everything. Like, I spent most of my time metalworking. Like, that is a fun Asa Mitsuki fact. I know how to weld. Like, that's just a random thing I know how to do. I know how to, like, MIG and TIG weld, and I have some, like, very vague experience with arc welding. Welding is really fun. I wish I had a... Fuck! I dropped my combo! I wish I had, like, an opportunity to do it now. But I just don't have access to a welding station. Because back in this sculpture class I took, you had to have, like, a concentration, right? You had to have, like, a body of work you were making for your portfolio. So I decided, I'm going to recreate weaponry. So, like, I was just incorrectly making swords and stuff. Like, you know, I know you're supposed to forge a sword, but I was taking 2 pieces of metal, welding them together, and grinding it down to a sword. Had no stability and would break at the weld point if it hit something. But it looked cool, and I would swing it around. It was actually really funny. On my old AirPod case, you know how AirPods have like the magnet to keep them closed? My AirPods were extra dirty because I would grind so much metal. I would grind so much metal that like there was just metal filings like stuck to the AirPod case because it had that magnet in it. Any sword is a fun sword. I agree with that. I made a bunch of things like out of different mediums. My favorite thing ever is I made a whole ass, like probably the most functional thing I made was a Viking round shield type thing. I painted it to look cool on the front. We were getting rid of our old welding jackets, right? And the welding jackets were made of leather. So I'm like, no, we're not throwing these out. I'm using it. So what I did was I just started, anything I had built already, I just started adding leather wrapped handles to them. So, like, technically, Asa Mitsuki, fun fact, has experience with leatherworking. But working with wood was super fun, because, like, the only times I would really work with wood is when I was making handles for, like, the things I was making. But also once in a while I would, like, whittle shit. Like, when I was bored. Because that class was very freeform, it was just kind of, like, work on whatever project you're working on. So if I was, like, in between projects, I'd be like, I'm gonna, like, just make shit. There's a lot of repurposing, too, like, I found a chair leg, and that was all of a sudden a handle to a sword. Using the leather was really fun, though. I put, like, a leather wrap around the edges of the shield that I made. And then I found, like, the funniest things. It was really... I found, like, decorative, like, fabric pins that had, like, a really big brass, like, thing on the top. And I used that. I had to fight with it, because this was, like, it looked like a nail, but it was only meant to go through fabric. But what I had to do was... I had to fight for my goddamn life with a hammer and this box of nails that I barely had they were like fabric nails. Fabric pins. And I barely had enough of them to go around the shield. But I was using a hammer and very, very gently beating these like fabric pins into the wood. So that way there was like decorative like nails like holding the leather in place. It looked so sick. Also, the funniest part is, like, you know how, like, all of those shields have, like, a little buckler in the middle? Like, a buckle kind of thing? I used a, like, Chinese takeout thing. Like, a circular, like, Chinese takeout container for that spot. And I spray painted it gray. Like, the right color gray. It took me a while to get it. It was, like, to make it the same color as the metal bars I had going across of it. And it looked really sick in the end. When I head back home, I'll get it to take a picture of it and post it. I'll be like, yeah, I own a shield. Like, my garage back home is just full of weapons. I have a few walking sticks and staff made from small trees cut down. I use motor oil and sesame oil to finish it. That's sick, actually. Adding, like, a finish to things is always cool. Like, that was my favorite part of, like, when I made handles, was, like, figuring out which stain I wanted to use on it. Like, which stain and finish. Because I was like, it just looks kind of ugly because I was just regular-ass wood. I don't remember what type of wood it was, to be honest. But once I stained it, I was like, this looks sick. Bop, 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 bop. Do you think if I went over right now, we'd have enough to get the next thing? Let's see. Oh, hell yeah, we do. And now we go buy. And we just get ourselves a quick little Atlantean rod. So that's 250,000 for the turkey rod. Walking sticks are so cool. Because, like, this is, you just have a decorative staff. It literally is, it's not even canon, this is a true thing that happened. That's a thing I spent my time doing. And I remember my sculpture teacher, he hated it. I took sculpture for like 3 years. This was back in high school. And he was like, I've never seen a person as dedicated to making sharp things as you. And I'm like, I think it's funny. And he's like, I think it's dangerous. I'm like, yeah. The pocket knife when I was a kid. That's cool though. I remember I used to make like, I used to find like the perfect sticks to make slingshots out of when I was even younger. That was so much fun though. Like, just shooting rocks at things. Oh my god, I made a crossbow one time. But it didn't function like a crossbow, because I didn't actually do any research as to how a crossbow worked. And I had no idea how a crossbow worked. What the fuck? What the fuck? That was a fridge! What the f- I just caught a refrigerator! But yeah, I have no idea how crossbows worked at the time. So, I made what was essentially a slingshot in the shape of a crossbow. But, like, so it wasn't really that strong. But the crossbow could get me, like, a good... Like, the crossbow, I could get a good, like... it shot pencils, by the way. I didn't feel like making arrows. Or bolts, I guess. So I set it up to shoot pencils. And I could get a pencil a good, like, 20, 30 feet. Well, no, the difference is a crossbow, the tension is stored in the tension in a crossbow is stored in, like, the arc part, like, the part that goes like this. But the way I did, I made it so the tension was stored in the string, like it is in a slingshot. Like, bows and crossbows have the tension stored in the bow itself. Crossbows have the tension stored in the string most of the time. I started talking about crossbows and I dropped my combo. I only learned that after I made it, where I was like, someone was like, that's not how crossbows work. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, it's supposed to, that part's supposed to bend. You're not supposed to move the string. I'm like, no one told me that. Crossbow bolts are ass to find. I wouldn't even know how to make. I did try making one. Like, I was grinding down a metal rod into, like, the right shape, like with a point. But I tried firing it and it was just simply too heavy because I didn't have the right metal. It was just steel. And it didn't have enough tension to launch that. I did learn how to fold paper. I did make a functional crossbow that was hydraulic system reloaded in about 30 minutes for a physics class one time. That's so sick, though. We'll have a duel one time. One time I got bored, I had to make some project fast, so I just made a giant ball of clay, right? And I hollowed it out a little bit so it wouldn't be too heavy, but it was still so heavy. So I made a ball of clay, and then I attached it. I attached it to a little bit of a chain, and I was like, oh, I made a ball and chain. The chain was not strong enough, and I tried swinging it, and the ball went flying. The ball did not break, surprisingly. Because I left the clay too thick. So it was actually just a solid brick of clay. With, like, a small hole in it to, like, hollow it out so it would dry evenly. Asa, you mean... Do not say pin the Asa. I meant when you miss, crossbow bolts are a lot harder to find than arrows. Are they really? Is there, like, a reasoning for that? I will not tarnish his name right now. What do you mean, right now? Bolts are a lot smaller. Oh, I see. The crossbow bolts still have, like, the fletching at the end? Like the little, like, feathery things that some arrows have? I don't even know if all arrows have those. Oh, by the way, chatters, tomorrow we have an early stream. We're going to be playing Super Bunny Man with Komiyama Ambrose from Globy. So, and because of time zone differences, we're doing that at, like, noon my time. The fletching is less noticeable. I wish I had made arrows in my time just so I could add fletching to the list of medieval-ass jobs I could have done with, like, the skills I have. Because I've never fletched. Don't get me wrong, I've never done it. I wouldn't know how. But I think it would be something funny to, like, learn how to kind of do. Just to say, add it to the list of, like, stupid-ass things I've done. Like, yeah, metalworking, leatherworking, woodworking. Like, yeah, I can weld, I can carve, I can... Like, all that shit. And, like, to add on fletching to that would be so funny. They don't usually have fletching. That's interesting that they don't have it at all. Because isn't the fletching there for, like, stabilizing? It's a skill you could fletch out. You know what that reminds me of? Speaking of, like, random skills. Bolts are kind of just early bullets, I guess, without the gunpowder. So, have you ever seen those videos of people making fly fishing lures? Like, back to fishing. Have you ever seen someone make a fly fishing lure? Like, that's a crazy skill to have, that you could just, like, take string and turn it into a bug. Like, how do people learn to do that? Like, when did it cross their mind there? Like, what if instead of putting an actual bug on the string, we put a piece of rope that looks like a bug? And people are like, oh, we're gonna go fly fishing. Oh, you're just fishing, but without the bait. Even though, like, that's so cool. Oh my god, hello Rev, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? Hi Reverie, how are you? And hello Rev's chat. We're fishing, we're chilling. Pony raid, hello, hello. Rev raid. Hi, hi. Not pony raid? I'm doing good, I'm doing good. We're just talking about, we're fishing and talking about random medieval jobs that would be kind of cool to have. I was talking about how I used to, I know how to weld, so I was like, oh, I could do metalworking. And, like, I used to have, like, for a long time, like, back in high school, I used to make weapons in my sculpture class as, like, my, what's it called? My portfolio was all in weapons making. I have no useful skills, a crazy thing to say. I'm sure you got some cool things you can do, Rev. Hammering a piece of molten metal, they would be so cool. No, I'm telling you, because I don't know how to forge. I've never forged before, so I couldn't do that. I couldn't pull that off. But I know how to weld, making wooden knives. Yeah, wooden knives are awesome. Hello, Pablo, I'm doing good. You can at least yap. No, yeah, Rev can yap. I've listened to her streams before. That's a skill that she has better than I do. I'm good at being dramatic. See, look, we're coming up with skills left and right for you. Kind of. Fluent in Japanese. Certified yapper. See, look, your chat and my chat are backing you up that we have some notable skills here. But, oh yeah, we were just talking about fly fishing. You know what fly fishing is, chat? It's like when you go fishing, but instead of putting actual bait at the end of the rod. Yes, thank you. Instead of putting actual bait at the end of the rod, you tie rope such that it looks like a bug. Fly fishing from RuneScape only. Do they have fly fishing in RuneScape? I've never actually played. I've wanted to get into RuneScape, but I could never get into it. Like I've tried playing it, like specifically OSRS, none of like the new RuneScapes. I need to like get someone to get me into it though, because I can't do it, like by myself. But maybe it's because I've like lost the ability to. Oh shit! My combo! No! Like, I used to be a big grinder for games. But I kind of lost that at some point. I don't know why. It starts with a small net, the fishing rod, and the fly fishing rod. Huh? Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. Wait, damn, 70,000 already? We're up to 86. Next fishing rod, we're like a third of the way there. Yeah, this stream is dedicated to fishing because I got bored. Are you enjoying HoloCure? I like HoloCure a lot. I've played it before. Oh, the YouTuber thing. Chat, make sure. Thank you, Rain. Throwing dynamite is a martial for is it illegal for fishing? I've played HoloCure before, but I'm starting fresh for this. And I was like, if I go fishing this whole time, I can make enough money such that I can buy all the upgrades. Because I played on stream like last week, and I was getting killed because I had none of the upgrades and I wasn't used to it. So I was like, what if I just fish for hours on end to make the money I need to buy out the upgrades? Because fishing makes money so fast. Like, we've been fishing for like half an hour, and we've made like over 100,000. But right now we're kind of just upgrading the rods. Because I figure, why do anything if I can't? Because if I'm not fishing at maximum efficiency, why am I fishing? So the goal is to just grind up all the way to like the golden fishing rod and then start selling the stuff. Because there's no use for the sand anymore once I get there. We're businessmen. We're doing business here. But yeah, what's the word? Like, I've watched so many videos of people fly fishing. Actually, I haven't watched a single video of someone actually fly fishing. I've watched videos of people tying the flies, and I'm like, this guy took 3 pieces of string and 14 seconds, and has now created a whole bug at the end of his rod. Isn't that crazy? And they're like realistic looking. Like, you see him, and I'm like, there's no way he's gonna turn this single piece of green rope and a Q-tip into a bug. And then I blink, and all of a sudden there's like 17 mosquitoes in his hand, and they're not actually mosquitoes. Ugh. But yeah, chat, today it was an interesting day. I mentioned this earlier, I started off my day with just kind of like cleaning my room, and then waiting for someone to come check it, because I live in a dorm, and I was waiting for like the health and safety inspections for today. By the way, since dynamite was mentioned, heard of the punt gun? The world's biggest shotgun. It was used for... I've never heard of the punt gun. 1 second. The punt gun. What the fuck is that? Chat, I don't know if I can show you this on stream, but you could just Google it yourselves. That is an evil looking... That's a cannon he's holding. That's crazy. He had a whole cannon on there. But yes, after I gave up on waiting for someone to show up for this room inspection I had to do, because no one ever came. So what I ended up doing was, I have family in town right now, which I mentioned in a tweet earlier today. The first thing that showed was the Kentucky list. The first thing that showed up was I just clicked on the wiki page, and I clicked on the image of the guy in the boat hands down, and he's got it like a cannon mounted to his little canoe. That thing is sick looking. Like, that thing's gotta like obliterate any duck like you hit it with. What did I come back to? Oh, they're talking about some kind of shotgun used for hunting ducks, and I looked it up, like the punt gun, and it just looks like they mounted a cannon to the little boat they're in. It is passenger pigeon hunting. Why are people hunting pigeons? I have a question about that. I get it. I get the idea. Like, you hunt things. But there's no way people were, like, out here, like, eating pigeons. It's, like, 7 feet long. That's absurd. Like, what kind of pigeon are you shooting? It's called a punt gun, yeah. That's what they said. It was a punt gun. That's what I looked up, and that's what I saw. And I'm telling you, like, you could kill a dinosaur with that thing, let alone a, like forget birds. Like, what do you, who in their right mind, like, says, yeah, what if it's just a lot of pigeons? You don't need a long-ass barrel for a lot of pigeons. You need a wider spread to get more pigeons. See hundreds of millions of pigeons in the United States? I don't know. I've always lived in cities my whole life. There's still a fuck ton of pigeons. Needs to be 2 people to use it. No, honestly, like, but this picture I'm looking at, this one guy holding it like it's a, this one guy laying down with it like it's a sniper rifle. Like it's like he's lining up his like BMG shot. Could shoot down 20 pigeons from 2 kilometers away. Like, why do you need to do that? There's no way people are eating that many pigeons. Do pigeons taste good? Do people eat those? And you just blast oversized birdshot into that? Did we just give up on aiming and we were like, yeah, let's just remove that direction? Because pigeons were historically overpopulated. Well, where'd they all go? Because now, no, I'm thinking about this. Because, like, you could deal with this reasonably. Like, you don't have to kill an entire flock in one shot. You can kill a couple of them. Like, you take out a few pigeons? That's reasonable. Like, that's crazy. Like, they made a gun that just removes something in a direction. Like, you were firing a wall of bullets at something. Like, I don't care what kind of bird shot you're using. Like, you're removing things from existence. Like, there's probably not even a bird left after it gets hit by that. Like, I think their soul is shot too. Like, you're shooting these birds into an alternate dimension when you hit them with that thing. You can't end a species with that kind of artillery. Why would you want to end a species? I feel like the pigeons were not causing harm. There's no way they were. You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen those videos where it's like, what's it called? You have like, wait, I'm being stupid. I can't think of words. Have you ever seen those videos? It's like people in like a truck taking out wild boar with like M16s. Like, you have an AR-15, you're like taking out wild boar. You know, just humans doing human things. I guess so. Smallboy is like the grandfather of the A-10 Warthog. That's crazy. I feel like it's closer to like an Abrams. Like, that's a tank, not a... Fine, endemics because they pollute supplies. Really? I didn't know that. Just like cover your water supplies, I guess. But I'm telling you, like, have you seen those videos of people like dealing with wild boars? Because wild boars are crazy things. Like every time I see them, I'm like, what do I do against this thing? Like every time I see one, and like I see people, their only solution to dealing with a wild boar is like is literally an AR-15. I'm like, could I take one in a fight? Chad, do you think you could beat a wild boar in a fight? You have like a knife. You're given a knife. And before you say yes, I want you to look up how big a wild boar is. You want to try to wrestle a boar? I don't want to wrestle it. I want to take it out. Like 20J shotty? No, just a knife. Sword and shield you made. Those would help you maybe. Oh my god. I'm picturing myself like Captain America shielding a versus a wild boar. No. You're saying yes to the modern boar. Clonefire, do you know how big a wild boar is? Wild boar size. Wait, okay. I'd like to direct you all. I know some of you are in there to the Discord for my Discord channel. Is why am I going out of my way to fight a wild boar with a knife? To prove that you're him. I'm on a 20J Remington. I don't need you to use the Remy to take him out. I want you to prove that you're a true man, like primally. Things made from knife. Like a 1v1, not just sneaking up on it. No, it's a fair fight. Like it knows you're there, you know it's there. It's like a cage match. Can I bring a spear instead? Okay, I will allow a spear. Any type of bladed weapon I am allowing, like primitive bladed weapon. This boar is it in a 4? No, flat field. It's a field. I think I take out the boar. Like, call me crazy. I think I don't walk away with no injuries. I don't walk away with no injuries, but I think I take out the boar. Same with, like, I've had this thought about different animals. What's the distance? You start off, like, 30 feet away from each other. Okay, but I just saw the boar that had to hop on. Do you think you could take out a boar? Yes, I think I could take a boar out in a fight. Also, hi, Kenshi. Boars can't climb trees. Well, that's unfair. Not a single person beats that with just a knife. I think just a knife, I take out a boar. The boar knows I'm there. We start off 30 feet away from each other, so I got time to, like, think. I know, but they weren't ready for the boar. They weren't. It's not that they had. I'm gonna be less prepared than some of the people that have died to a boar. However, I'm like mentally prepared to fight this boar now. Like I'm going into it with a battle plan. I can take out a boar. I fully believe it. Chat, is it more believable to say that I also think I could beat a wolf in a 1v1? This is another thing I believe in, that I could beat a wolf in a 1v1. Okay, so you would be 6 feet under the first 5 minutes. Boar hide is hell it's up. Get a wolf in a 1v1. Okay, I think I could take up to 2 wolves. I could take up to 2 wolves in a 2v1 fight. But also, firm believer I can take out the single boar. I fully believe me versus one boar, not a close, like, it's a close, no, I'm not going to say that. It's a close fight, but he's not winning. The boar is not winning. I think I take out the boar. Call me crazy. I have a lot of, like, insane beliefs like that. Wolves would bite your arms and you just be... No. That's the plan. That's my plan versus one wolf. Okay, so picture this. I've got the knife in my other hand, right? I've got my knife in, like, my right hand. So I hold out my left arm for the wolf to bite onto. And when the wolf bites my left arm, I use my other arm and just absolutely stab the shit out of it. I'm taking the boar out. Chat, I feel like you're doubting me too much. Boar bite marks seen everywhere on phones. I'm taking out a boar. I feel like a boar is so doable. I think we're overestimating the boar, to be honest. We're having pork tonight, yes. We're going to eat the greatest dinner of our lives. It's going to be bacon for weeks. I'd be more likely to understand. You said you could take on a monkey with an AK. Wait, are you saying that I have the AK or the monkey does? I am so determined to fight this boar. This is something I've thought about before. Like, this is something I've given thought to, that I could beat this boar in the fight, and I know how I'm gonna do it. I can definitely beat that monkey, Rain. Like, 10 out of 10 times I beat that monkey. I have seen the video of the monkey with the AK. I have actually seen that video. I 100% take him out. Okay. So you guys are telling me that, like, the knife isn't gonna pierce through the boar? Well, I got a really cool knife. Yes. I have a really cool knife. End of story. Second off, the boar's charging at me. I sidestep. I jump onto the side of the boar, and oh, now I'm in his peripheral. Right? He knows I'm there, but he can't. He's trying to shake me off, and it's like a mechanical bull. It's like a mechanical bull, and now I'm on the side of the boar, and I'm just going at it with the knife. I'm going for all the vital points. Like, I'm making sure the boar knows who's boss. No, but the boar's not ready. Like, the boar's also underestimating me in this fight. Like, he doesn't think I'm ready for the fight, but he doesn't know that I've thought it through, and I know what's about to happen. Goodbye, Pablo. Thank you for stopping in. I wouldn't make it 5 seconds. The boar is not making it 10. Like, if anything, we both die. Unless you have a solid plan, you will win against the boar. I think I take out the boar. I fully believe it. Do you believe you could, like, I don't know why you guys are underestimating yourselves. Like, I see a wild boar, and he's toast. I'm cooking this boar. Wait, one second. I'm typing something out right now. Wait, I'm typing this out. Chad, dude, just do, if you could be so kind as to look at the Discord. You felt the boar skin. You need a massive blade to even cut it. Well, I got this. I got a really cool knife, as I said. So I'm accepting my limitation and going out without a... So you think... I don't think a boar dies to a shotgun. Homie... Okay, now I feel like I'm doubting myself again, because now I'm thinking about it. I think the boar eats a shotgun blast. I think if you shoot a boar with a shotgun, he just eats it. So now I'm thinking, like, maybe the knife's not so smart. Me, it felt... You're telling me the boar would eat a punch shot without multiple stab wounds. Okay, but I'm going vital on the stab wounds. Like, we're going for the neck. We're aiming for vital organs. I dropped my combo again. Chat, I see all these skulls in the server. Like, what's going on? Like, I feel like we're doubting ourselves. Fishing, hello, how are you doing? Surprise isn't normal, but Hollow is great. Yeah, no, this is only fishing because I could not be asked to actually play the game, and instead I wanted to talk about random things while fishing. So right now we're discussing, could you beat a wild boar in a fight? I'm a firm believer I take out this boar. I don't know about you guys. I fully think that the boar goes down. Like, don't get me wrong, not a situation I want to be in versus this boar. But if push comes to shove, and I'm placed in this exact situation with a boar, just know he's going down. Because I've thought it out. I've got prep time. Like, I think the boar does not stand a chance. Vading, that's because I'm now doubting you. I'm doubting your ability to take out the boar. I'm doubting your ability to defeat the boar, not mine. I think if I hit it with the shotgun, it dies. You do it? Like, you're kind of cooked. Me, though, like... Chad, I have to find one of my favorite tweets of all time. Also, a lot of boars are relatively skittish, so if you run at it, it'll run off. It's attached to my stats! It is, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, but in case you guys didn't know, I just sent one of my favorite tweets of all time in the Discord server. And it says, every man secretly believes they can win any fight if they simply go berserker mode. And like, what's the boar gonna do if I go berserker mode? Tell me how a boar beats a guy in berserker mode. You chased off a few hogs and a couple black bears. I think a black bear I definitely solo. Like 1v1, I destroy a black bear. Literally any other type of bear, other than like a panda, I think it cooks me. Me and a black bear, just boxing match. Like he's done for. Like, I just go berserker mode. Say less. I'm less confident about the bear, though. Yeah, no, I don't think I ever... There's no universe in which I stand a chance against a grizzly bear. You'd fistfight a grizzly bear if your Kamiyoshi ever told you to. So one of my friends and I went over the logistics. Really? You've thought about this? Also, Vading, who's your Oshi so I can make them tell you to fight a grizzly bear? Vading, this is very important. How can I get you to fight a grizzly bear? Who is your Oshi? Excuse me, who's your Kamiyoshi? And then I want to hear about the logistics of you fighting a grizzly bear. Maru Umiko. Wait. She's already told me the opposite. Don't make me. I'll DM her on Twitter right now and ask her. Bear spray goes in the eyes, not acting like repellent. Is bear spray just pepper spray? Also, I think I would not be on the news for dying to the hog. The boar, me and the boar, like, the news says local man absolutely obliterates wild boar with nothing but a pocket knife. Pepper spray but worse, trademark. Very concentrated. So pepper spray, so it's pepper spray but better. I'm cooked in a fist fight, but mention. I said if I stand a chance. I can make bear spray too. It's called crazy. I don't think you get 4 shots off into a. I don't think you get 4 shots off into a grizzly bear. I think it charges you after the first one and you're cooked. I know you said it's semi, but like, do you have it in you to fire like the next 3 shots as it's barreling towards you? And what do you do when it shrugs off the second one and now it's 3 feet from you? Where you gonna... No, literally, I think the bear like simply obliterates you from reality after like shot 2. I don't know how long it's since I've sold, but I'm just feeling it right now. I have apparently sold rather recently. I only have 50k. Wait, we're so close. We're 12k off of the next fishing rod. Depends on my accuracy. Like, what are we aiming for? Like, are you aiming for its head in this scenario, or are you aiming, like, chest? Really underestimating wildlife? I don't think I am. I think the wild boar is cooked. I think we're having bacon for dinner. I think... Wait. What's the difference? What's a red kangaroo? Is that like some big ass kangaroo? Are there different types of kangaroos? This is important to know. Okay. Are there different types of kangaroos? Let me look this up. Kangaroo species. Okay, is the red one the big one? Okay, it's the largest type of kangaroo. There's 6-foot ones, so you got gray ones, other kinds too, as smaller. The red ones are the big ass ones. Okay. Okay, so I don't know about the red one. I'm looking at this guy, and he kind of looks like he could beat Mike Tyson in a fight. Like, I think I'd rather get hit by Mike Tyson than that kangaroo. Because Mike Tyson would show restraint. Wait, do kangaroos punch? Like, I see they're like jacked, but do they punch or do they just kick you? This is important to know. Also, I saw a video talking about this the other day. How come, like, when you see people go to fight animals, these are his tail to balance and so that's crazy. But they can punch. Oh, hell no. If I get right hooked by a kangaroo, I gotta retire. They punch a lot? Oh, hell no! Are they throwing, like, clean rights? Or, like, what are they doing? Like, am I gonna get uppercut by one of these things? Because I think that, like, I'm actually starting to, like, see the possibility of beating a kangaroo in a fight. I think if I'm squared up versus one of these guys, they're 6 foot, I'm 6 foot, so it's a nice clean match. They're basically like kickboxers then. I'm treating it like he's a kickboxer. If this is just a guy who's good at kickboxing, let's pretend that this kangaroo is just some dude who's really strong. I can beat some dude who's really strong in a fight. Kangaroo said no chance against my front bumper. It's crazy. Okay, so you're telling me a creature that's built like a dude who's squaring up with you isn't gonna know how to box? I think a kangaroo does know how to box, and they're pretending they don't. I'm of the full belief that a kangaroo would... Like, whenever I see a kangaroo getting ready to fight someone, they fully square up. No, you know what creature I never want to fight? I think a moose obliterates me. A moose turns me into, like, a memory. Actually, you know, no, the moose beats me so hard, I'm no longer a memory. Like, I've been erased from reality. Does that make any sense? Rammed by speeding cars and more damage. Like, that's like how it is when you hit like a deer. Like when you hit a deer, like your car just disappears. Oh no, a moose wins against everything. Like, I never want to fight a moose. Chad, have you guys ever heard that fun fact that the only natural predator of the moose is the orca whale? Did you guys know that? Like, is that not insane that, like, the only animal out in the wild that's beating the shit out of moose every day are orcas? Like, how is that possible? And I remember reading about it after I heard that. I was like, why are there moose and whales fighting? And apparently when moose actually, like, swim a lot sometimes, because they have to, like, cross, like, open water sometimes to, like, get to different places. Do you think they could ever take them on otherwise? Yeah, why is there a moose in the ocean? Like, how did he get there? Like, he's out in the ocean and a whale has decided to do combat with him. I know that orcas aren't actually whales. But otherwise, you engine are cooked if you could jump at a kangaroo or going 100 on the freeway. They swim between islands. But that's crazy that there's just, like, evil-ass whales camping them. I think a hippo 100% obliterates me. I won't even pretend that I could beat a hippo in a fight. Those guys are crazy. I see a hippo and I'm like, Kangaroo lure dogs have a small legs pond stick. I did know about that actually, and that's crazy. Like kangaroos are just assholes sometimes. Like why are they doing all that? It's like it's not like are kangaroos herbivores? Do they just eat plants and shit? Are kangaroos that jacked just eating like leaves? Cause if so, like what? Like that's not fair. Are they like... Are people just like slipping creatine to them in their free time though? Like, how are they getting... I don't think a creature that eats nothing but leaves is getting 6 foot and jacked. All bugs and stuff. That's not enough protein though. Like, these guys are 6 feet tall. Chat, I think we're gonna buy the next rod, fish with it for a little bit, and then call it. Because my brain's starting to hurt. Let's see if we have enough to buy the next rod, though. Oh, we for sure do. Oh, we went overkill. We were not able to buy the last rod just yet, though. Because this last one is 4 times more expensive. Wait, we'll not buy it yet, though. Because, what's our combo looking like right now? Oh yeah, we do not need to buy it just yet. Let's hold off for a little bit because we have a combo going. That was 14 salmon. That's absurd. Or tuna. Fuck. Well, there's my combo. Also, I don't know if you're still here, Vading. Okay, I need to start getting ready for work. See you next time, Asa in chat. Bye, Rain. Thank you for stopping in. Vading, if you're still here, by the way, your Kami Oshi has just followed me back on Twitter. I will be asking her to tell you to fight a grizzly bear for me. I forgot I was supposed to buy the next fishing rod. Testing mods out? Awesome, awesome. You better start testing your ability to fight a grizzly bear, I'm telling you. See you in the afterlife, bestie. I don't know about you. I'm not the one fighting the grizzly bear. Instead, I'm fighting a wild boar and winning. I for sure take out that boar. Well, no. I'm saying you said see you in the afterlife. I won't be dying when I fight the boar. You're gonna die to the grizzly bear for sure. Wait a minute, is this the shotty or... He's fighting the grizzly bear with a shotgun. I have a knife versus the boar. Now, would you fight an emperor penguin? I feel like this is significantly easier than everything we brought up thus far. Like, I could fist fight an emperor penguin. Chat, you're about to tell me that an emperor penguin's like 5 feet tall and like made of pure muscle and can like deflect bullets with its mind. But I think Emperor Penguin goes down easy. Like, from what I'm thinking right now, I truly do not believe the Emperor Penguin makes it out. What do you mean it can, Rev? I'm gonna have to calmly disagree. They're like 4 feet tall. Okay, it's easy. 4 feet tall? Like, he's done. That's taller than Shio. That's a crazy, crazy shout. I think I could take out like 5 Emperor Penguins in one. I think 1v5, me versus 5 Emperor Penguins, they don't make it out. I'm gonna put on a watch list for the number of penguins I'm obliterating. This is, by the way, peak Asa Mitsuki content. Where else are you gonna hear about a guy saying he will brutally murder a bunch of penguins? What about in Arctic conditions? I'm wearing a nice coat. I got a nice coat on. I've come in the warmer time of the year. I'm approaching with... I've got nothing but murderous intent to keep me warm. And these penguins don't stand a chance. I'm going out there, I'm dodging and weaving whatever the penguins got for me, like I'm Ali. Like, they don't got it on. They don't got it in them. They don't even got knees. I got a nice coat on. I've got the heat of battle keeping me warm. I'm ready to go. Is it a good thing that Ace is an anime boy on the internet? I'm literally just a guy, chat. I for sure... It's like a sweep. I think I alone, if it was like my life's purpose, could make penguins go extinct. With just my fists. According to average Everhand, slaps with about the same force as a middleweight boxer. 800 to 1 copy paste answer. Yeah, no, according to me, like, I make it out. I thug it. You forgot I'm wearing a cool coat. I'm wearing a heavy coat to, like, deflect some of that damage. Isn't my goat Hoshimashi Suisei? Yes, we've been playing a Suisei this whole time while fishing. But, so case in point for the stream though, chat. What in the rhythm game is this? For fishing. Case in point, chat. I can beat a wild boar in a fight. I would probably make penguins go extinct if I had to. And, Vading's dying to a grizzly bear. But me, I'm getting a good even 1v1 versus a black bear, and I defeat like 3 wolves in combat. That's like what we've learned today. By the way, I'm ending it next time we drop a combo. Because this is supposed to be like an hour-long stream. We're at an hour 20 already, because I've been talking about beating up animals for the last half hour. You can't do any of that, bro. I can do more than that. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot about the kangaroo. I never said how that goes for me. I think I lose to the kangaroo. I'm gonna keep it so real. I think I'm putting my money on myself taking a grizzly with a shot that you against a boar with a knife. I think you're overestimating this boar. Like, we're having bacon for dinner. Get excited. And I don't think I'll win against the grizzly. I'm winning against the boar. Kangaroo ends your bloodline. Kangaroo knocks my soul out of my body, probably, but that's okay. What goal do you have to hit for you to take on a boar on stream? That's a good question. Like, give me 10 grand and I fight a boar with an obsidian knife carved from the homelands of my ancestors. Also, yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, I said the knife, fuck, I dropped my combo. I said the knife was really cool. And I think the knife is imbued with, like, magic powers and shit now. Like, that's how we're taking it out. There's no actual magic, but, obviously, but that's how it's being done. I caught a shark somewhere in there. 10 grand on my sponsor, and I fight a boar. Yeah, we're getting a magic knife. The knife's not actually magic, but like you have to like the knife is like I'm gonna make sure it's like made from like. Does that mean I get magic? No, the knife's not actually magic, and the gun is not magic either. But like I'm making sure the knife is like pristine. It's like it can like cut through atoms and shit. Like you know what I mean? Like perfectly sharpened. It's got like, let's see. It's made in like my homeland. It's like blessed by a village elder. That is from a cursed enchanted knife. I'm making sure this knife has everything in it that'll make sure it takes out this stupid ass boar. Even though I don't even need that, I can do it with like a rusty pocket knife. This he's got it. Just so you have hacks enabled because you're not good enough. I don't know what you're talking about. Bro put sharpness 5 on his knife. I did. I got sharp 5. It's got unbreaking 3. Suddenly his pants light on fire. What are you talking about? 100k. Wait, that's so good. But chat, I think we'll be concluding around here. Think about how many creatures we could take out. I put power 5 on my. I'm not putting sharp 5 on anything. Like I said, it's just there's no actual magical powers in the knife. I'm just making it. I'm giving it sentimental value, which will make me personally stronger. Think about it. Like if you know that. If you are aware that your knife is as strong as it gets, and it's been like blessed and given to you, like you now have more confidence to take on this boar. Like I already have a lot of confidence versus this boar because it, like I know I have it in me and I have the strategy behind it. Wait, what? Does that make it more powerful? Do you have the sentimental value that this shotgun is now stronger because it was owned by your ancestors? Like, because this is an heirloom. Because this is now an ancient relic. Is it now stronger in your mind? I think I make it out. I take out this boar one way or another. So I'm assuming it's very sentimental. I think your shotgun's stronger now. I think it is 50% stronger because you believe it's stronger. That's how it works, by the way. Because you are now more confident in the gun's abilities. Like, does that make sense? I think that you just have to lock in here. Did your grandfather die to a boar? No, but I can make it so that he does, so that I'm stronger versus this boar. Like, if that's what I have to do, I will do it. Died to old age. Unfortunate. I think I take out the boar. Like, need I say more? The boar does not win this fight. Like, if you're telling me you think that this boar quite genuinely defeats me in combat, should I get a penis fake? I'm sorry, I read the Discord. I don't think Asa is going to die to a wild boar. Well, no, because if he dies to a wild boar, now I have to get. It's now my goal to get vengeance on the boar, isn't it? Do I not have to now avenge my late grandfather versus the boar? 75 to 250 pounds on average, someone says. That's how heavy a boar is. Do you think I care? That's just 250 pounds of bacon I'm about to take home. We're going to take the boar on a time machine instead of after his grandfather, we can justification of the present. If it's what I need to do, I think the boar would get bent on you because you particularly got trauma from that. You think the boar? It's actually easier if the boar gets trauma from doing it too. So I have the vengeance buff and the boar has the trauma debuff. I 100% take him out. I'm not even getting injured. The boar is now trying to repent for his sins and lets me take him out. I think you've just given me the perfect plan, Ryan. That's how I take out the boar, by making it traumatized. I'm going to traumatize a wild boar. Aim true and fire because I can take it again. I need to do everything perfect if I'm cooked. Okay, me too though. There's no log at the boar. No! That's not how we're traumatizing the boar. I'm going to traumatize this boar, and he's not gonna win the fight. Is he taking the boar's wife? If I have to? No, but that will make... If I take the boar's wife, that makes him want to get... It goes 50-50. Either the boar gets depressed and I have another buff in combat, or the boar wants vengeance and it's going to be harder. So I have to hope that the boar is, like, really weak mentally. And we can actually make that happen by going back in time. Okay. So what if... Hear me out. What if we know what boar we're gonna fight from the start? So we, as a child, we get this boar and we traumatize it. Like, we kill its dad in front of it with Vading shotgun. So now this boar is traumatized. So it's weak-willed, and then we steal the boar's wife. So he's weak-minded, so he's guaranteed to become a depressed boar. So now the boar has the trauma and depressed. No, the boar does not have the vengeance because the boar is traumatized. But you're the one who killed this boar. So now I'm the one fighting this new boar in the future. So he doesn't have the vengeance buff. We're thinking this. I need to go to bed. Hi, Rev. So the boar doesn't actually get the vengeance buff; it only gets the trauma debuff, and I get to go ahead and then steal the boar's wife. So the boar has the depression debuff. So now the boar is debuffed twice, and my knife is enchanted. I've changed my mind; it is enchanted. Yes, that's what's happening. But you don't have to worry about the... Good night, Rev. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you again for the raid. You don't have to worry about the vengeance buff. Does that mean you kill my... And during the forest... Do you want me to kill the grizzly's father? Because I'll do it. Okay, hear me out, Vading. I can do that too, because I'm not limited to just the shotgun either. I can just take it out with like a... How do you kill a grizzly bear? A rocket launcher? Do you think a grizzly bear dies to a rocket launcher? This is a real question. If I fire a rocket launcher at a grizzly bear, does it explode? Like, does it... I know it explodes, but does it die? Okay, so I've now taken out the grizzly bear, so you now have better odds against your grizzly bear. Is it an attack like I'm chasing one boar? I can take out a boar. I can defeat this boar in combat. I feel like you guys are just so doubting of me to take out this boar, but I know it can happen. No. Why are we saying 20 pounds of bacon? Why are we saying 20 pounds when we just found out the boars are 250 pounds? That's at least 40 pounds of bacon. In this economy, worth it. We're making bear jerky. Like, we're doing everything we can. We're living off the land. This is actually circling all the way back to our beginning conversation about could you survive in the wild? Yeah, I can, because look, I can defeat a boar. I think if I defeat a boar in combat, that proves I could live out in the wild by myself. Why do I need shelter when I can just beat up a boar once a day? I think I might be cooking harder than anyone's ever cooked. What I'm cooking? Bacon? Like, pork? I'm gonna be eating pork chops for like a week. Okay, chat. We've absolutely just obliterated this boar. I think we've come to the conclusion that the boar does not make it out, and we win. I'm sorry, chat. My brain is turning off. Thank you so much for coming to today's stream. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow at noon. We have an early stream tomorrow. We're the best hunting, but are the best. Okay, perfect. So you can take out the boar, and you got this. I believe in you. Goodbye. Thank you for coming, chat.